about any specific points, you can just send me an email and we'll talk about it. So, let's go here. Procedura esami lingua inglese. I'll read it in Italian and then give you some comments on it in English and in Italian. Ok, so gli interessati a sostenere l'esame di lingua inglese sono tenuti a leggere attentamente quanto segue e a seguire le indicazioni qui suggerite. Questa nuova procedura di esame inizia con la sessione di giugno 2020 dell'anno accademico 2019-2020. Si ricorda che è stata generata alla luce delle restrizioni che il Covid ha richiesto e che sono pubblicamente note. Ok, so this is an introduction and you just have to follow these rules. Studenti iscritti nell'anno 2019-2020. Okay, so this is the first time that you attend this course. Prima dell'esame, before the exam. Prenotare l'esame in una delle sessioni che saranno indicate sul sito e che compariranno anche nella pagina personale di ciascun docente di lingua inglese. So this basically means that you are, we haven't posted the dates yet because we are waiting for the polo, for the secretaries to accept our dates. And we will post the dates for your exam on our pagina personale docente, and I will add them to the Moodle, my Moodle section. And you're also going to find a chart with all the exams. You just go to the website, to the Unior website, and you will see the dates as soon as they are published. Tutti gli studenti prenotati dovranno inviare copia elettronica di quanto segue: documento di riconoscimento in corso, fronte e retro, attestato degli esami sostenuti per la verifica della propedeuticità, tranne gli studenti del primo anno, badge per chi lo ha già ricevuto, libretto di studio. L'invio deve essere fatto 7 giorni prima dell'esame. Ok, so what does this mean? Once you book your exam, you have to send me using gscottodicarlo@unior.it. Letter A, your ID card. Scan, picture, whatever you have. B, this is not for you because you're first year. In case you're attending the second year, you have to send me the attestato, the certificate with all the exam that you have already taken. But this is not for you. Badge, if you already got it, or libretto for people who are a little older. And so you have to send me this information and these documents within 7 days prior to the exam. So before 7 days, okay? If the exam is on the 7th of July, you have to send me these documents within June the 30th, okay? So that you don't drive me crazy. And because it's the rules. These are the rules. And anyway, let's go down to point number 3. Scegliere fra le sessioni d'esame con consapevolezza, evitando di prenotarsi se successivamente non si intende presentarsi al colloquio d'esame, per evitare forzati prolungamenti della sessione d'esame. What does this mean? When you book your exam, you really have to be sure that you want to take that exam, okay? You just can't say, oh, okay, I'll just send my papers in, my documents in for June, and then you already know that you're not going to try your exam. Because this means that we're doing all of this with Microsoft Teams, and we can't have more than X students in a room. So this would be a problem, okay? You just have to make sure that if you want to take that exam, you book it, and if you don't want to take the exam, don't book it, even if you don't want to take the exam. Number 4. Quando è stata fatta la prenotazione, inviare per posta elettronica i documenti richiesti in PDF all'indirizzo del docente con cui si deve sostenere la prova d'esame. L'oggetto della mail deve essere compilato come segue: nome, bus sommario, matricola, 3 documenti or whatever documenti you have to give me. Data d'esame. Okay, so this means that you book your exam and you have to send me the documents, okay? They all have to be PDFs, and you write, the subject of the email is, and you give your name, Russo Mario, your matricola if you have one. I think also Erasmus students have a matricola anyway. The documents, 3 documents. In your case, it's going to be 2 documents or just 1 if you don't have a badge yet. And the date that you want to take your exam. Okay? Numero 5. Solo chi avrà preinviato I documenti richiesti potrà sostenere l'esame. So number 5. Only if you send me the documents, I will accept you for the exam. Why do we do this? Because this makes sure that you are really sure that you want to take this exam. Number 6. Il giorno dell'esame accertarsi che la propria connessione internet sia buona. In caso la connessione Wi-Fi fosse poco sufficiente e il collegamento fosse fatto attraverso un computer, si consiglia l'utilizzo di un cavo Ethernet. So, ta-da! You have to take your exam. It's the exam day. You have to make sure that your internet works. Okay. Here they say that if you are working on a Wi-Fi and it's not very functional, it's not working as it should, try Ethernet. If you have Ethernet, of course. Don't worry, we have a solution even if your Wi-Fi is not great. Durante l'esame. Ciascun studente accede al team d'esame del proprio corso su Microsoft Teams utilizzando il codice precedentemente ricevuto. So, I am going to create, number 1, you have to download Microsoft Teams. Okay, I think you're using it with other teachers because everybody is using their own methods, but some teachers are using Microsoft Teams. And I will send you the code for the class, for your exam, via S3. S3 is the system that you use to book your exams. Number 2. Il docente avverte via chat quando la sessione d'esame sta per iniziare. So you just, I will send you a message that day when I'm about to start my exams. Numero 3. La comparsa del nome dello studente in aula comprova la sua intenzione di partecipare all'esame. Obviously, if you log in and you're in my class for the exam, it means that you are really willing to participate in the exam. Numero 4. 2 studenti alla volta, su base alfabetica, verranno chiamati a partecipare all'esame. Gli altri studenti sono tenuti a non interrompere l'esame in corso e a tenere sia il microfono che la videocamera spenti. Una volta terminato con la prima coppia di studenti, si darà posto ad una nuova coppia e così via. So this means that I will call you and just 2 students will be called to participate in the exam. All the other students need to turn off their their camera and the microphone. Okay, so total silence. And so it's as if you were together, but it's an individual exam, but it's just because one has to testify for the exam of somebody else, of the other one. Numero 5. Assolutamente vietata ogni forma di registrazione, video, screenshot, foto, eccetera, in quanto viola le norme a protezione della privacy e costituisce reato penale. Va mantenuto un comportamento rispettoso. Of course, you cannot record anybody's exam. I don't do it, you don't do it. Okay? Number 6. Il colloquio d'esame si svolge alla presenza del docente del corso, di un altro docente membro della commissione e di un secondo studente che affianca l'esaminando. So this is what I was saying before. I'm going to be in the room. There's going to be somebody else with me. They're not going to ask you questions, so it's not a big deal for you. And there's going to be that second student, okay, that testifies. Number 7. L'esame si svolgerà, come sempre, in lingua inglese. Sarà composto da una prima parte di verifica delle abilità linguistiche e sintattico-grammaticali previste dal tipo di esame che caratterizza ciascun corso di laurea e da una seconda parte di accertamento della conoscenza dei contenuti del corso. So, your exam is divided into 2 parts. There's a language part that you're going to do with me and that you have been preparing with your mother tongue teachers. Give me a second, I'll get into that. And a part of linguistics with me. Okay, so you are preparing the language part with your mother tongue teachers, but I am responsible for the entire exam. I'm going to ask you questions. So how does this work? I'll take a break here from the document. If you go to that Moodle now, there are exercises created both by Professor Haslam and also by Professor Grosso. Okay, even if he's not your direct mother tongue teacher, I would highly recommend also looking at his exercises. As Professor Haslam has explained, you are going to prepare units 1 through 5 of the book that she provided you with. Some of you said that there are that it was difficult to find the audios. Well, the audio tape, Professor Haslam has posted the link online. Okay, so it's mainly going to be on grammar. Her part is going to be on grammar. This means that you might find some fill in the blanks. I'm going to ask you to fill in some blanks or do translation or what else? Sentence transformations, read a short paragraph, something like that with vocabulary. Okay, so please follow what she's doing and also integrate that with Professor Grosso because I think that there are 2 groups for mother tongue teachers. But anyway, those are the people you have to follow, the professors that you have to follow for the language part. And this language part is going to last 5 minutes, and you're going to do it with me. Then we're going to move on to the linguistics part, and you know, it's what I've been talking about during these last 2.5 months. Ok. Number 8. L'esaminando è tenuto a tenere lo sguardo sulla videocamera senza distrarsi e a mantenere un comportamento rispettoso durante tutto l'esame. Il docente può interrompere l'esame se ha sentore che interventi esterni, suggerimenti, consultazione di appunti compromettano l'onesto andamento della prova. È a discrezione del docente chiedere il cambio dell'inquadratura spostando lo strumento tecnico in uso. Ok, you have to be sincere, you have to be honest. Ok? We have to collaborate and do the best we can. When you're going to take your exam, you just have to look at the video camera. You just have to look at the camera. No distractions at all. It's as if I were in your room. Okay, so I want to be respected and you guys want to be respected. Okay, so in case I understand that there's something wrong, there's something strange is going on, I can interrupt you. I can kick you out of the room. Plus, I definitely notice if there's something going wrong. Okay? I've already tried other exams, and I can say definitely that I can recognize if something is going wrong. Plus, this means that I would get really angry because you know that the first thing that I told you when I came into class was I want to be respected and I want you to respect your colleagues. Okay? And, you know, I can just I can just keep going with the exam and not give you the grade that I wanted to give you, the mark that I wanted to give you. Okay? So don't be stupid. Fine dell'esame. Al termine dell'esame il docente dirà il voto conseguito e scriverà lo stesso in chat. Come segue: cognome e nome dell'esaminando seguito dal voto. A questo punto l'esaminando risponderà in base alle sue decisioni, scrivendo sempre nella chat accetto, rifiuto il voto. Solo dopo aver completato questo intero iter, l'esame sarà concluso e l'esaminando potrà lasciare l'aula virtuale. So this means that, great, you passed your exam, and I hope I can pass everybody. Because, you know, it's a very special moment, and I understand, especially for you guys who are attending your first year of university, that you are very lucky to be healthy, but also not very lucky because it's your first experience at university. And I know that it's been difficult for you, okay? You just went from high school to this totally different world. And it's different, even more different this year, okay? So just, you know, study, of course. Don't worry. Do everything honestly, and I'm sure everything will be okay. So going back to the end of your exam, you passed it, great, you're all happy, so I will write your mark in the chat, with your last name and your name, and then you have to write accetto o rifiuto il voto. You can either accept your mark or reject it, but you have to write it in the chat. Don't worry about that, I'll remind you of it. Only after that, you can say bye-bye and leave the virtual classroom and go, not go party, but at least you can relax and say that it's done. Virtual parties are accepted. Now, studenti di annualità precedenti all'anno 2019-2020. Okay, these are for the veterans. For students who have not studied with me this year and who were supposed to take this exam last year or previous years. Gli studenti di annualità precedenti a quella in corso, che hanno accesso alla prova orale in quanto hanno superato la prova scritta in sessioni precedenti, svolgeranno il colloquio orale nella modalità tradizionale e quindi, in fase di colloquio, risponderanno solo alle domande relative ai contenuti del sillabo del proprio corso. So this means that if you were supposed to take the exam with, in your case, Professor Piatto, and you already had the written exam, you're just going to do the part of linguistics with me, okay? Since I know the syllabus, since I know Professor Piatto's syllabus, you can decide. If you've already studied her exam, good, we'll test you on that. Otherwise, if you haven't, just attend my course and I'll examine you on what I prepared. Tutti gli studenti di annualità pregresse sosterranno l'esame dopo gli studenti iscritti all'anno 2019-2020. Per evitare confusione tra le due modalità di esame, gli studenti che appartengono a questo gruppo sono tenuti a comunicarlo al docente in fase di prenotazione e via email, indicando contestualmente quando e in quale sessione hanno sostenuto la prova scritta di lingua inglese che consente l'accesso alla prova orale. So, this group is going to go after the 2019-2020 students. And I need you to send me an email as soon as you book your exam. You have to send me an email and write when you passed your exam, your written exam, okay? If you haven't, you'll do it with me. Okay, with the questions, oral questions about grammar. If not, if you've already taken the exam, the written exam, you have to tell me the session. Okay, just to make sure that you got it in Italian. Se avete sostenuto già la prova scritta, per esempio con la professoressa Piatto, me lo dovete specificare e mi dovete dire qual è la sessione in cui avete sostenuto la parte scritta. Si invita a seguire quanto segue. Quando è stata fatta la prenotazione, inviare i documenti richiesti per posta elettronica in PDF al docente, con i cui si sostiene la prova. L'oggetto della mail deve essere compilato come segue: nome, matricola, esame scritto. Okay, so here, okay, so look, those of you, the new guys on the block, have to write this: name, matricola, and the date that you want to take your exam. Those who have already taken the written exam have to write this: nome, matricola e l'esame, la data in cui avete sostenuto lo scritto, così io capisco che siete veterans. Solo chi avrà preinviato i documenti richiesti potrà sostenere l'esame. I need your documents. Thank you. Ok, procedura tecnica. Mi auguro che stiate seguendo delle lezioni, almeno una lezione su Teams con qualche altro docente. Ok, però non vi preoccupate, è una cosa molto facile da scaricare. Un po' lento, vi devo dire la verità, ma funziona. I hope that at least that you have attended at least one professor's course who's using Microsoft Teams. If you haven't, ok, you just go to this website, consultare le informazioni presenti sul sito e relative alla modalità di accesso alle prove di verifica. First thing that you have to do, you have to check this link, okay? It gives you all the information about how to access Microsoft Teams and how to take your exams. Then, 1. Collegarsi alla pagina di Teams e scaricare il software adatto al sistema operativo che si desidera utilizzare. Okay, first you go to this website and you download Microsoft Teams if you haven't already. I hope that you've all downloaded already. But anyway, if not, I'm here to help you. Ok, scaricare il Teams. Ok, bene. Please download the software, okay? Microsoft Teams Online does not have all the functions that Microsoft, the downloadable version of Microsoft Teams has. Number 2, installare il software. Number 3, se si utilizza un personal computer è necessario che sia dotato di microfono e videocamera. Obviously, you have to have a microphone and a camera, a webcam. E numero 4, è possibile installare Microsoft Teams anche su cellulari Android e Apple se si vuole utilizzare il proprio cellulare per sostenere l'esame. In case you don't have a computer, just install Microsoft Teams on your cell phone. Android or Apple is fine. Numero 5, l'accesso è consentito con la mail istituzionale da richiedere all'ufficio studenti se non si possiede. This is fundamental, otherwise you don't have access to Microsoft Teams. You have to have a so-called mail istituzionale, one that ends with @unior.it. How do you get that? You have to write an email to your ufficio studenti and request it. Okay? Okay, something else that I want to add that is not on this chat, on this document, is that you will not be allowed to use your headphones. Okay, so no headphones. If there's somebody who has 2 exams in the same day, don't worry. Just tell me about it and we'll solve the problem. How long will the exam last? Let's say, I would say within 15 minutes, really. Okay. What are the exercises? What type of exercises can we expect for the language part? Just as I told you, sentence transformations, gaps, maybe a short text, and translation. Okay, please follow and do the exercises that your mother tongue teachers are posting. Okay, Haslam is the mother tongue teacher for my group, but also look at Professor Ruosso's exercises, okay? Units 1 through 5. Okay, so that part on language will last about 5 minutes, not more than that, okay? So if you have any questions about this explanation, I'm here. Just send me an email this time. If your question concerns this explanation, send me an email. Don't write in the comment box, okay? Because the comment box is just for those who it's just for what we're doing in class. Okay, and that's the end of the explanation. Now let's move on to the actual class. So last week we were working on post-colonial Africa in North America. We talked about the English